This is Tomo News for Thursday, March 16th.
The disputed Dakota Access Pipeline is back on the agenda. The disputed U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive action on Tuesday, Dakota Access Pipeline, which was delayed through legal disputes and months of protests. The proposed Dakota Access Pipeline would stretch 1,172 miles through North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Illinois. The pipeline would be able to transport up to 470,000 barrels of crude oil a day from a vast oil reserve detected in the U.S. portion of the Bakken Shale oil fields. The pipeline is complete except for the portion near the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe's reservation in North Dakota. The tribe has been protesting the construction of the pipeline, claiming it would put the reservation's water supply at risk of oil spills and harm sacred sites. Many oil and natural gas pipelines already exist in North Dakota, with many passing through the Missouri River. Dakota Access argues that the proposed pipeline would not pose risk to the water supply, as it would be at a depth of at least 95 feet below the bottom of Lake Oahe, and parallel to the existing Northern Border Pipeline, which has been operating safely for 35 years and is only a few feet below the lake bed. Another controversial pipeline, the Keystone XL pipeline, was also given the green light by President Trump. The proposed pipeline would stretch nearly 1,200 miles across Montana, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas.
FIFA's legacy of corruption comes to a head as several officials are arrested in Zurich. Swiss authorities have arrested multiple FIFA officials for a slew of corruption charges stemming from an ongoing investigation by U.S. authorities into the notoriously corrupt organization. The arrests took place at a hotel in Zurich, Switzerland early Wednesday morning. The suspects, whose names have been released, include FIFA Vice President Jeffrey Webb, who's from the Cayman Islands, Eugenio Figueiredo, president of South American soccer governing body CONMEBOL, who's from Uruguay, Rafael Esquivel, also from Uruguay and the vice president of CONMEBOL, Jose Maria Marin, a member of FIFA's club committee from Brazil, Costa Rica's Eduardo Lee, who is reportedly going to join FIFA's executive committee on Friday, former FIFA vice president Jack Warner from Trinidad Tobago, Julio Rocha from Nicaragua, former FIFA exec Nicolas Leoz, and Kostas Tsakos. The men face extradition to the United States for various charges including tax evasion, money laundering, racketeering, and wire fraud that happened over the last 20 years. An election for the president of FIFA is scheduled to be held on Friday, but despite the recent arrests, the incumbent, Sepp Blatter, remains confident that he will defeat his only remaining challenger, Prince Al bin Al Hussein from Jordan.
Young mother abandons baby on New York subway platform. New York City police are searching for an unidentified African-American woman after she abandoned her 7-month-old baby girl on the subway around noon on Monday. The alleged mother was riding the Uptown 1 train toward New York's 59th Street Columbus Circle station, where the two got off. Witnesses say the woman, aged in her 20s or 30s, pushed the infant in a red and white polka dot stroller onto the platform. She next abandoned the baby and dashed back onto the train before it departed. A 33-year-old woman saw the incident unfold and rushed to stay with the baby girl, waiting for her mother to return. After 20 minutes had passed, she called the police and the child was rushed to St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital. The girl had a rash and a small cut on her right hand. She is currently under the care of Child Services and is in good health. The negligent mother is still at large.
Brazilian goalkeeper who fed his dead girlfriend to dogs gets signed to a new team. A famous Brazilian goalkeeper's career seemed to be over when he was jailed for murdering his mistress and feeding her body to a pack of dogs. But now he's gotten a controversial second chance. In 2010, Bruno Fernandes das Dores de Souza invited his mistress, Eliza Samudio, to a ranch in Minas Gerais. He promised he would recognize her child as his and give her an apartment. However, the meeting was a trap. Bruno and an accomplice murdered Samudio and fed her body to a pack of dogs. On March 8, 2013, Bruno was sentenced to 22 years in prison for the assault, torture, and murder of Samudio. But he was released from prison last month because courts had failed to rule on his appeal. Boa Esporte Club immediately signed him for a 2-year contract. The signing sparked a strong backlash. Several Boa Esporte sponsors have ended their partnership with the team, including the club's kit sponsor. One Twitterer said signing the goalkeeper was shameful. Another said it's amazing how a murderer gets a second chance to play football when others have to fight their whole lives to get a job. The club's president, however, said signing the 32-year-old is not a crime. But that's not the point now, is it?
Texas man kills pit bull at park, deeming its aggressive behavior. A gun-wielding dog owner fired multiple shots at a 2-year-old pit bull at a dog park, claiming he was defending himself and his family pet. On Sunday, just before 10:30 a.m., a man brought his best bud to Bay Area Dog Park in southeast Houston. Little Diesel, a Staffordshire Bull Terrier pit bull, started to play with the man's dog. Witnesses say the man kicked the 2-year-old pit bull to quit roughhousing with his family member. He then pulled out his concealed handgun and suddenly opened fire and shot Little Diesel 3 times at close range. Kids and dog owners were terrified at the gruesome incident. One witness called authorities, while Diesel's owner rushed the young pooch to a nearby animal emergency hospital, where he succumbed to his shattered front paw and 2 bullet wounds to his back, 1 bullet puncturing his lungs. The man told investigators the pit bull was trying to attack his dog, and he was afraid it would turn on him, so he shot him. Officers released the man after detaining him, but declined to identify the man. Diesel's family plans to argue with the district attorney's office as to why the man was not charged. Let us know what you think should happen in the comments below.
School shooting in Canada leaves 4 dead. 4 people have been killed in Canada's worst school shooting in 10 years. The shooter is in police custody. On Friday, in La Loche, Saskatchewan, Canada, the teen shooter killed his 2 brothers in their home before 1 p.m. The shooter, whose name has not been released, then went to La Loche Community School. Inside the school, he killed 23-year-old teacher Marie Janvier and an assistant. Reports indicated that several students were undergoing surgery but did not say how many were injured. At 1:47 p.m., police arrested the shooter outside the school and seized a gun. The only victim whose identity has been confirmed is teacher Marie Janvier, whose death was confirmed in an interview with CKBI Radio by her father, Kevin Janvier, acting mayor of La Loche.